economics, or circular economics in our case. Usually pretty simple concepts, but difficult to really get your head around. However, in this video, we hope to use some simple analogies to really let it sink in what it is that Biosphere Solar is working towards with all of these other initiatives in the city of Rotterdam to realize the circular economy. I'm standing at the central station of the city of Rotterdam. This city is a circularity hub, and it's also the reason that we as a circular startup have moved here. And that's also why I'm here to talk about some exciting news about solar recycling and its developments. At the moment, you pay a contribution on top of your solar panel in order to finance the recycling of your solar panel. And now, to anticipate this huge waste stream from the exponential growth of solar, this contribution has actually increased sevenfold. That now we have a realistic budget for recycling solar panels, which means that we can already start building the infrastructure for solar right now, today. This reminds many Europeans most likely of a system for plastic bottles and cans where you pay a deposit up front, and this deposit actually helps fund all of the infrastructure needed for taking in all of the bottles, such as this machine, and this machine, and this machine, and this machine, and for the recycling itself. Solar is doing the same thing right now, hoping to experience the same success that these bottles experienced. So, because of this and a myriad of other developments, we now see an expected market of recycling solar panels of 3 billion by 2030, which is a lot more than the 150 million that it is estimated at today. We have legislation and funding and a growing market for recycling solar panels. So we're set to make solar panels a circular reality, right? If only it were that simple for solar. I have two objects, a plastic bottle, which is made mostly from plastic, making it easy to recycle, and a solar module, which is a complicated, glued together piece of technology. So it would take incredible effort to recycle something like this because it is not designed to be recycled. How recycling a solar panel works at the moment is similar to what I'm going to do with this phone. I'll take off the case because that's easy. This phone is not even per se broken, doesn't have to be broken. It's just got some cracks and it's not optimal. And this represents the junction box, which is a box on the back of the solar panel, and the frame and the cables. So I hand this to a metal remanufacturer, and this I shred. Full of high-grade materials like solar-grade silicon and silver, and this is what we usually do with it. For filler in construction projects. Does what we just did with the solar panel count as being part of a circular economy? I'd like to ask Guus. Guus is one of our coaches at Blue City, and what's your textbook definition?
So what is the circular economy? Then we need to maybe start with the current way we do things, and that's more linear. So we start with, most of the time, extracting something from Mother Earth. Then we're gonna, within multiple chains, we're gonna create a product out of it. We'll use the product, and after use, the product is discarded in a landfill, or maybe it's incinerated or stuff like that. So it won't be used again. So actually the circular economy is a different concept in which we maybe still use our products, but after use, we're gonna try to reuse them again. So actually to transform them again into new raw materials, and these raw materials can be made into a different product, a new product, and then actually all the materials stay in use, and we don't need to extract as much as we nowadays do from our mother planet. And that's a more sustainable vision.
So from Guus's explanation, it's clear that we need to keep materials in the loop as long as possible. So using solar panels as a construction filler is kind of a dead end. So the theory of the circular economy is beautiful, but right now in reality, you still need to make it economically interesting. It's still an economy. Cost is king. So to sketch the current situation in solar recycling, let's take the analogy of a typical game of tug of war. 2 versus 2 equally strongly sized teams, the cost being represented here of recycling materials and the value of the recovered materials from the recycling on the other side. Because they're in the same range, nothing is really happening. But what the industry is betting on is that the value of materials will become so high that the actual business model for circularity will be through scarcity. However, there is a perverse hidden logic in this scenario. It means that only from scarcity, which is driven by exploitation of our natural resources, can we realize a circular economy. So the scenario Biosphere envisions is that while the value of materials is important, the solar panels currently aren't designed to be recycled, so the costs are just way too high. Biosphere's design is designed for recycling, and therefore we can cut a large part of the costs and win for recycling.
Okay, guys.
To round this all up, Biosphere Solar is approaching the circular economy in 3 key ways. We're making solar panels designed for circularity by raising awareness within the network, our partners and viewers like you, so that we're on the same page to what we want to work towards. And the third is that we are looking broader towards the entire supply chain, making sure that materials are kept in the loop by using product passports and by collaborating with partners who align with our values. Thanks for watching.
Thanks for watching the whole video. If you want to support us, there's multiple ways you can do that. First, you can contribute to our open source development by going to the link in the description. Second, you can support us by donating to our crowdfunding. And finally, if you want to do the most simple thing, you could just hit subscribe so that we can grow our reach and bring fair and circular solar to the whole world.